So now over to you out there who is watching us right now. The question is, do you feel confident when you don't have a weave on, when you don't have makeup on, in your natural state? How do you feel? Do you need some help? Like I said, I do have Dr. Yvette Appiah here, and she will tell us everything that has to do with the psychological aspects of, beauty and taking care of your skin. And she also has some SkynergyMD products here that we'll be checking out. Sharon and Dorina are here as well. They'll share their stories with us. So again, thank you so much. Let me ask you, doctor,
Sure.
because how many years did you spend in school to study the skin?
Well, let's see. So I went to 4 years of medical school, and then I did 3 years of residency training in dermatology specifically.
And I'm sure that one of the questions that kept popping up was if people understood what beauty really is. Right. What is it?
Part of what we deal with in dermatology is beauty.
Yeah.
People come to us to augment all kinds of things, whether it's filling in defects, whether it's improving scarring on their skin, whether it's plumping their lips up a little bit. It's very important when you have a patient who wants to augment their beauty that you make sure that psychologically they're sound.
Exactly.
You want to make sure they're doing it for the right reasons. And the right reasons are, okay, I know that I have thin lips. I would like to be able to wear a little bit of makeup. And unfortunately, we get these sometimes. People want to come in and want me to plump their lips till they look like duck lips. And that's when I'm like, no.
So you do all that?
Yes. So we do all kinds of fillers to augment the lips. We fill in defects. We do Botox. We plump up cheeks. We do all of those.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's very important for somebody to really know what they're about.
What they're about, exactly. Dorina, if I ask you what beauty really means to you, what would you say?
Ooh, what beauty means? I think it's just a conglomeration of attractive qualities, and I think that what's attractive to some people is different from what's attractive to someone else. So it's really, I think it's a conglomeration of really attractive qualities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sharon, would you want to contribute on this as well?
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think it's also skin deep as well. Beauty is how you feel, like your characteristics, your personality. It's more than just what people think or look about you. It just lies within, and then we can bring it out with the makeup.
So if it does lie within, why are human beings so concerned about what's outside and not what's inside?
Society.
Because we're judged when we go out.
Okay.
When you step out, people judge you, whether it's for the, usually for the wrong reasons, I think. But you want to put your best face forward, and you think if you look a certain way, then people believe a certain thing about you. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah, especially when you're not in the mood to do all that. Because, all these beauty enhancers are like
it's great and all, but it's a lot of work.
It is.
And personally, I don't have that kind of time to invest. I have 3 kids. I don't have time to invest in doing all of this stuff. So I get up, I go, and I'm like, you see me, you like me, great. You don't.
So you never feel not so beautiful without them?
Oh, there are a lot of times I look in the mirror and I'm like, girl, you look a little toe up. But I'm like, this is life. Yeah. I'm stressed. I have things to do. I'm not going to worry every day about what people are going to perceive about me when I go out. It's just a pressure that you put on yourself that's not sustainable.
But it's not that simple, especially for both of you who are in the spotlight. It is not simple. I mean, when I put out the question, people were asking, so are you going to go on TV without makeup today? Because if you're talking about beauty, we expect that you should also know. It's not that easy. How do you handle it?
It is hard, especially like you look enhanced with makeup or without. It's your true face, and people can see a difference. Some people might say you look unwell or ill.
That's true. That comes around a lot, because a lot of people see I'm like, are you okay? You don't look fine. You just don't have makeup on. Exactly. And it's a problem. Or, sometimes in the office, I take off my weave because I get tired. Shouts to Sewa, she's also a culprit. Like, we get so tired because ladies have, I guess ladies have gotten used to the wig caps. And so sometimes it's so tight on your head and you just want to rip it off and just be free. And people see I'm like, oh, why? What just happened? Because they're used to what they see you in all the time. Exactly. And so when you take it off, then they act shocked.
But the thing is, you feel comfortable taking it off. That's the important thing.
But not every girl can do that.
Yes, and that's what we need to examine. Why do people not feel comfortable saying, okay, this is me sometimes without makeup, and then when I step up with makeup, yes, I look great. For your jobs, I think it's unrealistic to expect that you would go on camera with the lighting and everything. You have to have some makeup on. But you do understand that when you wake up, you don't wake up and go to the grocery store with makeup all over your face.
Some girls do that.
Some girls do.
That's exactly my point. Why do those girls do that?
You're a doctor. I'm sure you handle the psychological aspects of these things as well. Why? What do they tell you is the reason?
Lack of confidence.
Okay.
It's not believing in yourself, knowing that you're worth it no matter what. You're not your appearance. You are what you contribute to society, what you contribute to your family, what you contribute to your friends. That's who you are. It's not about your looks, because your looks can go in just an instant.
True.
I see lots of people who go through fires, car accidents, and their face are marred. You can't stick to that, because if that's all you think you are, then that's what the world will believe about you.
Wow.
But if you're confident when you step out, regardless of whether you have makeup on or you have no makeup on, then people know that you're something of substance.
Now, this documentary that we played, you know, the person was talking about how her confidence was broken when she was young, because she was used to seeing her parents and her aunties and everybody, you know, wearing makeup, wearing weaves, dressing up, you know, all nice and cool. So she, at a very tender age, started believing that if you can look 100% beautiful, then you need these enhancers. Is it like something that happens to us when we're young? Is it for everyone?
Think so. I definitely think. For me, I was quite a late bloomer.
Okay.
There are girls I grew up with that, I mean, at age 10, had lipstick all over their faces.
Wow.
And I think it starts with billboards. It starts with, you know, casting of models to be on campaigns. Whatever they see on that billboard is what they emulate and want to be. I think we need to start teaching girls that beauty transcends aesthetics. It's not just about that, like you said. It's about your inner self first. But it's really difficult when you wake up and Instagram is there and you see Kylie Jenner and her perfect, seemingly flawless skin and everything. It is quite difficult.
So should personalities be blamed for this?
I do believe they have a role to play.
But they're living their lives.
I think to an extent they've contributed to it, certainly. And I think it's not really the celebrities more so as it is the magazine editors and the people who are actually behind the scenes. But we can't blame them for everything. This is why mothers have to come in. I mean, when I was young, I would go to church. When we were going to church, I'd be the last one in the car. My mother would be like, go and look for that girl, because I don't know what she's up to. And I have all kinds of things plastered on my face. I look like a clown, seriously.
Wow.
But my mother would be like, you're going to wash that off before we go to church.
Okay.
That's it. That you're not wearing any makeup.
But how did you even get access to all that?
That's on my mother's counter. And she's like, yes, I have a job. You don't have a job. What do you mean you're wearing makeup? You know? So we have to establish boundaries. I have a little girl. She looks up to me. She sees me in my clothes and my makeup, and she wants to do the same thing. And I explain to her, the time will come where you're even asked to do it, and you don't even.
And you don't want to. Exactly.
And so we have to set the boundaries, and we have to educate. We can't just sit by and let social media educate our kids all the time.
But what happens, you know, a lot of daughters want to be around their mom when they're making up. I have a niece at home. Every time I finish bathing, she knows it's makeup time. So she comes, and when I take my lash, she's like, Auntie Berla. And, you know, and she's touching her lashes. When I take my brush, she knows exactly what it is for. I can't send her out of the room.
No, but she's not going out with it. Right?
No, but she's going to
at home.
Exactly. But that's where it starts, because when you're not around, I've gone back home to my room and I've seen my makeup scattered. I mean, there was a time she broke my blush because it fell. You know, and she was playing with it, so the whole floor was very red, and I was very pissed off. But this is something they do. They're experimenting at that age, but it's like a psychological thing we're doing to them, because they start growing up believing that, okay, so if Auntie is doing this, then this is the definition of beauty, so this is what I need to stick to. Should we keep them away from, you know, us when we're doing all these things?
Well, we can't, because of social media as well, and the generations are growing up so fast. I know I'm young, but back when I was younger, half of the things that were done are not being done today. And it's like the young children now, it's mobile phones, you'll see, and they want iPhones. I didn't use an iPhone, I had a brick. So it's a situation where it's going to be hard, because we can't shelter them forever. They're growing up fast, and unfortunately, society as a whole, and that's why I'm saying role models, especially like celebrities, they need to do right. It's not every day they should make up and things like that. I'm not saying that it's bad to do, it's not, but they need to show that the realistic side of life.
Well, some of them have started, because Alicia Keys, for example, has stopped wearing that.
Oh yeah, she's beautiful.
She's still just as
I'm
beautiful.
gonna start to,
you know.
But what about the men? Should the men not be blamed? Dorina, let me ask you this, because you come across a lot of men in your line of work.
Definitely.
And I'm sure they've complimented you more when you had makeup and everything on?
Actually, recently not so much. The opposite has been happening. They've been saying, oh, you don't have eyelashes on. Oh, cool, your natural eyelashes look really cool. Well, oh, your skin is actually really great. I've been really surprised by this. And especially when it comes to hair. They're like, oh, but your natural hair is really cool. And I'm so taken aback, because all my life I've been just sort of conditioned and socially trained that I need to manicure myself and be totally put together in the presence of men. So I think it is beginning to change. I think within the last 5 years, especially looking again at those billboards, things are slowly changing. I don't think that men can solely be the reason for all of our problems, but I definitely think that sometimes they are the cause.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because now they're complaining about us wearing makeup too much.
Yes.
And having weaves on. And like, can I see your hair for once?
Yeah.
It's because some ladies look completely different without makeup, so they say the term deception.
They want to see the
So we're hiding then.
Yes.
We're hiding our true identity from these men, and they're getting tired. Because I've had conversations with men, or sometimes you come in and you're like, your makeup is too much today. Can you just tone it down? Or why do you look so scary with everything on your face? Like I can literally peel off the makeup or take off your weave. Can you just braid your hair sometimes? We want to see the real you, and it doesn't happen.
No.
And it's
I mean, it's very easy to vilify men, but I think at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility for what we do as women.
Of course.
Because a lot of men they really just don't care. They just, you know, at some point, it's kind of like, you know,
anything goes.
You're cute.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Regardless.
So you don't have to make up with layers and layers where you're totally unrecognizable. Then that's when it's a problem. But, you know, I think it's okay to have a little bit of blush, a little lipstick, you know, a little nude makeup. That's totally acceptable.
Anyway, we're asking you as well, who's watching us, if you feel confident with or without makeup. A few messages are coming in. You can join us as well at GH1 TV on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And later on, Doctor and I are going to have a bit of a, you know, a process here. Let's see if you're ready to see my face without makeup. Hello. And maybe I'll take off my weave. Dare me. If you dare me, maybe I'll do it. Bridget O2, good afternoon to you, darling. She says, I feel prettier without any of them on. And she's talking about weaves and makeup and all. And another one from King, he says, hi, I want to spy on this. Well, for me, my future wife will paint my mansion for me. If she can paint her face, then she's fit to paint my house. How mean of you, men. And Classy Judy says, I feel pretty with or without them. I guess I feel more confident with those because you get used to them. I do it for me, not for any man. I doll up even at home sometimes. Amma Mentor says, what about we the Adventists? Is it okay to go without makeup? There's nothing wrong with being natural. Fiona says, I feel very pretty without any of them, and it makes me love myself more since people can't do without it. Okay, and Tizoba says, I love myself without it anyway. I haven't done it before. Good for you. And we'll talk about the before and after of makeup and weaves and all that. This is the Late Afternoon Show. Keep watching. We'll be right back. Huh? Yeah. Anyway, yes. Okay, so we're just having a discussion about some of the products from SkynergyMD from Dr. Yvette Appiah, and we'll be going into that soon. Like I said, I'm taking my makeup off on TV today, and if you dare me, I'll add my weave to it. But I'm here with Dorina as well. She's an actress, an American actress, and it will surprise you the series and movies that she has played roles in. Sharon is here as well. She works in the UK as a TV and radio personality, and we're discussing beauty and how to feel confident without enhancers. Okay, like I said, you can join us via social media at GH1 TV on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. That's simple. Now let's go back to our conversation. And we're done with the men. We're done with all of that. But now I have a question. I feel like people have something to hide. And it's not about hiding their self-confidence because they don't have one. It's the skin. They don't take care of their skin. And so it's easier for them to hide it under layers of makeup. How do you take care of your skin? And why is it important?
Well, your skin is your largest organ. It's basically housing everything else in your body. So it's very important that you keep the integrity of your skin intact, because it's also the first time, it's usually the first sign of some kind of disease that you have internally. It'll show up on your skin. People just don't know how to recognize them. So usually as dermatologists, we're usually the first person to say, okay, hey, you may have diabetes, or you may have lupus, or you may have hypertension based on what we see on your skin. So it's very important to take care of skin. It's very simple to take care of your skin. The problem is people go into the store and they want to buy 50 products and they will put everything on their face. You have to know what your skin type is. And you have to know what your goals are. Okay, so there are usually 4 things that I recommend that